Okay, can you guys hear me now? Not sure why it didn't unmute. Think it's on now. Forgive me, it's like 7:34 in the morning. That's pretty early, even though I usually go to work like 3 hours before this. Okay, good. Okay, we'll restart from the top here. So, was just reading the comments here. I'm honestly, guys, I'm at a loss for words right now. I cannot even believe what I'm looking at. Mr. Dolphin, member for 3 months. I appreciate that a lot. No earthly idea how Baalke stays. No one of note is coming here. Oh my god, I'm so angry. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a head coach, like this idea that, let's see what it says exactly. Yeah, with a stacked roster, plenty of young talent, number 5 overall pick, this could be a quick fix. To sound place to work, all this stuff, bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Are we serious? Like, we gonna pretend this is gonna be an attractive job? This is the worst job in the league now, because you know you're getting your ass fired if you come here. You're not going to succeed. If a Liam Cohen decides to come to Jacksonville, he's done. His career is over at that point. He will not survive. There's no way that any person in their right mind that has half a brain would ever want to come to Jacksonville right now. It is a death sentence for your career. Every person who has come here is failing. It's not going to work out. I don't know. This is going to be a lot of just sheer confusion right now, because I don't think anyone thought this was even possible. He has to have blackmail on him. I mean, at this point, like, how do you stay? You just had the most disappointing season in the history of this franchise. The history of it. The biggest letdown from the expectations to the results. And it's Monday morning and you're here. Like, nothing happens? I hope Ben Johnson flips his team the bird when they try to interview him. I really do. Like, we're at a point, like, I was glad to be done with this season. I was excited for the future, and I expected for there to be complete turnover and a new start, and that I didn't have to root for this team to lose anymore. That's not even going to be in the question. At this point, I don't know what to say. Do I really want this team to succeed? Do they deserve to succeed? No, they deserve to go 0-17. They deserve to be shit on by everyone who plays them. They deserve to be laughed at. They deserve to not sell season tickets. They deserve to fail in every single regard they possibly could. For a decision that is so mind-boggling retarded at the end of the day. No justification. No justification at all. See, Frankie says, why would we want a new coach to report directly to Shad Khan? I don't know. It makes no freaking sense to me. The only hope that we could possibly have right now, and even then, this owner is a freaking idiot. The only hope we can have is that he's not a part of the interview process, and that the candidate that Jacksonville really wants tells him, get him the hell out of the building. I'm not coming here otherwise. That's the only way. And I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that Shad is just addicted to failure at this point. How do you justify this? I don't know. I don't know how you do this. Let's see if anything else has dropped here recently. Check out some of our... I got a lot of people on notification. Let's see. E. Dilla says Baalke has 1 year left on his deal. He says he doesn't re-sign him. Now you got a coach and GM that didn't come together on top of the mess you've already created. Impossible to find alignment in Jacksonville. Yeah. Simple way of putting it. See if Ian Rappaport has anything else. Giants going to retain both their guys. Let's see. Brian Callahan, dressing media. Yeah, nothing else really here. I can't play the video just because of copyright. But yeah, wow. I genuinely, at this point, like, I don't even know where to go with content, because anything that we're gonna put out and say, hey, we wish we did this and we wish they got these guys, they're not gonna do it. They're gonna do something dumb. They're gonna find every player who sucks at football but has really long arms. They're gonna bring them all in the draft. They're gonna reach on someone stupid, probably at number 5. They're gonna do stupid things. They're gonna win stupid prizes for it. They're gonna go overspend in free agency, try to fix this team. It's not gonna work. I don't know what the plan is. I really don't. There is no plan. It's probably a simple way of putting it. Muddy Waters says, Trent was in the front office during Doug Marrone's failure, GM during Urban Meyer's failure, and GM of Doug Pederson's failure. What gives? Apparently nothing. But yeah, I don't get it. Like, there's been, for Trent Baalke, he's had good moments, but they have been so far overshadowed by failures, just over and over and over. You have a GM that has had so many resources at his disposal in his time, unlimited resources essentially, and he can't succeed with them. He can't get over 9 wins in the season. He can't have alignment with his coaches. He just brings in guys for new scapegoats because, once you get your head coach fired, you need another guy you can blame it on the next time. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, Ryjack97 would have rather had Doug stay Trent by a mile. I kind of agree with you, honestly. Because at least know he's not attached to the hip with Doug. But man, I really don't know. I don't know. I'm just shocked because there was nothing pointing to this aside from Shad Khan's track record. At least the one thing you could say. Like, he's been an idiot over and over. He's kept Trent Baalke. It doesn't matter what happens. But you look at the news, you look at what sources were saying. Even Dilla thought Trent Baalke was gone last night. You had a Pretty Ricky account reporting it out, that it's going to be a clean sweep. You've got all these reports throughout the year. You've got, apparently everyone's going to get fired after the Lions game. And every time he stops himself. And he goes back to keeping him, and you're going to win some stupid fucking prizes. Like, this team, I hope it is a freaking disaster next season. For this kind of decision making, they deserve that. Even if they're my favorite team, they deserve that. They deserve nothing less than that. Here's the crappy part now. Can you bring in a head coach next year and do a one and done? Can you do like what the Patriots did with Gerard Mayo? Like, just even looking at the earliest this could get fixed. Can you do that? I don't think so. He doesn't do that. So we're going to go into Trevor Lawrence's 5th year. We're going to have a GM who has sucked every step of the way, who, at best case scenario, gets fired then, which he won't. And then you're going to have, the lame duck head coach stay, and you're going to get him a different GM in this scenario? Like, this isn't... You're never going to have people who align with vision, because there's so few people who will work with Trent Baalke. They're going to figure out how bad of a fit he is after they're in the building. And by the time Trent Baalke's gone, you're just going to have this head coach stuck here who's not going to be a fit because they weren't good, because Trent Baalke was the one hiring them, and the options were pretty much nil, like nothing. I don't know. I'm disgusted right now. I wish there was something else you could say. at this point. I wish we were sitting here talking about all these people being gone, fresh reset, because this team isn't going to be successful without that. There's no way they're going to be successful without that. But here we are. I'm probably going to wrap up this stream pretty quick because I got to put out a video on this, and we'll see how that goes because I'm not in the mood for this at all. Not my expectation. I don't think anyone is. Yeah, Brandon Staley, maybe he will be the head coach. He's probably the only guy who would fit. Maybe Trent Baalke saw something in him when he blew a 27-point lead in Jacksonville. Probably the only guy they could get. Maybe it's Bill O'Brien. He'd be a really good fit. Just unbelievable. You just gotta hope at this point that Ben Johnson comes in still for interviews and tells them to get Trent Baalke the fuck out of the building. That's really the only hope at this point. And we know they choose Trent Baalke over Ben Johnson because they're retarded. So, whatever. James Goddard says, they're ruining Trevor Lawrence. We finally get a first-class quarterback, and we send him through how many OCs? BS. Yeah, and that's the big problem here. I think with Trevor Lawrence that ultimately, it's very important that you have to get the head coach right this next time. And you had to get the GM right as well, right? Because you got to also be able to build the team for the head coach. Trent Baalke doesn't give a shit what his head coach wants. They can get a different head coach in here, different DC, different OC, all those things. They can change that all. And he won't build the team for him. He'll just do whatever the hell he wants. There is no aligned vision. But they're going to ruin Trevor Lawrence at this point. It's really just a matter of time. They're going to drive him out of the building in a few years. They're not going to build things up enough around him. They're going to keep failing him. They won't build an offensive line. And here we'll be. We'll be in a situation where we'll lose him. He'll go somewhere else. He'll be successful because he goes to a team that finally has some sense of reality on their shoulders. And he'll be successful there. And we'll be stuck here with whatever the hell we got. I mean, it's just unbelievable. There will never be a man in the NFL like Trent Baalke that has had this many chances despite having absolutely in his career no success or track record. Or no track record of success. I don't know. I really don't. And I'm a lot angrier than I sound. I'm shocked right now, I think, like most people. But, yeah, Zach Hunt says, BTJ unironically saved Trent's job this year. If we took any air pick, you'd be gone. Honestly, there's a good chance that's the case. I wouldn't be shocked if something like that did. Then you gotta ask yourself, would you give up Brian Thomas Jr. to get rid of Trent Baalke? Oh, gosh, I mean, you almost have to. It's sad, but it's almost a worst case scenario because of that. Because we got a retard playing coach here, or not coach, playing owner, who just has no clue what's going on. But, well, with all this disappointment, I think we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go record a video on this. I might have something else out later today. I think especially as we hear more things. We'll see what happens. We'll have our off-season content still, even though I'm going to be honest, guys. Trent Baalke here, I don't really give a crap about this team at this point. But we're fans for life, and gotta stick it out, I guess. Or, for people who've been here longer than I have, maybe take a year off and pray to God it ends. Who knows? But with that all said, I appreciate you guys watching. I hate that this is what we got to talk about, but we have an owner who doesn't have a brain, so it is what it is. But want to shout out our channel members, Premier Nasir 904, Mr. Dolphin, Scrubber Ducky 500, and Brian Foster. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video and everything we do from this point on as we get into the off season. So appreciate it. And